Thanks to the support as a channel member, PP0476. Somebody say new series starting on the channel, 4 o'clock tomorrow. Interesting. Hello and welcome to part 124 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have two games for you in the championship. We're at home against Phoenix and away against Miami. Since you were last with me, I thought we were just going to win every game, and then we lost 4-1 to the New York Cosmos, but then went back to winning again. We are playing very well. That was just one of those games that didn't go very well, but this is what the championship table is looking like. With 8 games to go, we are in 9th place, 5 points behind Kansas City, 7 points behind Las Vegas. It's not outside the realms of possibility that we can sneak our way into the playoffs. I've just noticed there's a man who's already scored 50 goals. What the hell is this? I mean, what is he doing playing in this league? He's scored 50 goals in 36 games. That's better than Sandro Veloso numbers. How has he only got 13 man of the matches? Only 3 assists. What a selfish scumbag. He's only got 6 assists in his entire career. But my word, is he scoring goals this year. And somehow El Paso not even top of the league. He's quite good, it seems. He's also the highest average rated player in the league, as you would imagine. But we don't care about him. We don't care about them. We care about us, and we care about Kansas City. We want them to have a collapse. But today we play Phoenix, who are directly below us in the league. Anything other than a defeat here, and I think any hope we've got of getting into those playoffs is gone immediately. What's wrong with Robinson? Oh, he's fine. He can do 75 minutes. So this is the team for the game against Phoenix. We've got Rosales in goal, a back four of Nix, Mitchell, Corby and Akers, Rochester and Allen in midfield, Pardo and Robinson out wide, Davies and Pearson up front. Pardo, by the way, has been in incredible form since you've been away. If you look at these recent performances, he has hit a purple patch. A hat-trick there, a goal, couple of iffy games. I mean, he got an assist, actually. It's not that iffy. An assist and a 7.4. He was really poor in the game we lost, but came back with 2 goals again in the one that we won. So what's that? 7 goals in 6 games from the left wing. He's doing all right, isn't he? Hopefully we'll see more of that today. I already mentioned Robinson's injured, but the guy who would be replacing him in the team, Richards, also not fully fit. So we'll bring Richards on with 20, 30 minutes to go. Take Robinson off. Richards has been a little bit of a disappointing signing. It took him ages to get match fit. He's still not really there because as he got close, he then got an injury. And I don't think I've started him in a football match yet. I might have done. There might be 1 or 2 starts in there somewhere. But I certainly don't remember him doing anything. For a player who's supposed to come in and be our saviour, be our superstar hero, the goal-a-game English championship striker, has just come in and not really taken to playing in the US in the same way as Robinson did all those years ago. And considering it's him who he's really competing with for a spot in the side, I guess that's fine because Robinson's still doing all right. Davies has just scored, though. Davies has also been playing very well in this little run of games that we're in. It's very much Davies and Pardo getting the job done at the moment. And Davies, once again, showing you that all the best strikers wear the number 6 on their back. He is in, and it's a lovely, lovely finish. 1-0 to Bourne. We do need to keep an eye on what's going on with Kansas City as well, as we'll have to for the remainder of the season now if we've got any chance of sneaking into those playoffs. Talking of the playoffs, took a little bit of feedback from the last episode. Oh, that's not good. An immediate reply. But I took a little bit of feedback from the last episode where I talked about ending the series with promotion to the Premier League. I hear you. That seems like a lot of you would be a little bit disappointed if we did that. I'm still not going back to the original plan of trying to win the Premier League. I just don't see how that's going to be possible in the time frame that we've got left. Well, I think realistically, we're probably going to get another 4 or 5 seasons in, even if we get all the way up to the day FM22 comes out. I know some people have said, just carry on playing the save after FM22 is out. As much as I love the sound of that, in theory, I've got kids to feed, you know, I've got bills to pay, and like it or not, the nature of YouTube is FM21 has been dying slowly for the last few months anyway. You can see views just generally going in a downward trajectory. The moment FM22 comes out, there's going to be almost nobody interested in watching an FM21 series anymore. No matter how much you're enjoying the series, no matter how much you feel like you would carry on watching it, I assure you, you probably wouldn't. Most of you wouldn't, because there'd be lots of shiny new things for you to go and watch on the shiny new game. So yeah, extending it beyond FM21's lifespan is absolutely not an option. So I think what we'll do, as several of you suggested, is assuming we get promoted in enough time to have time to do this, we'll do one season in the Premier League and we'll call completing the save as surviving in the Premier League. Because as a few of you have pointed out, the big issue with this database seems to be that nobody can break into that Premier League properly. Teams obviously get promoted every year, but it's always the same teams going up and the same teams coming back down again. The actual core of that Premier League, no one's broken into it in the entire 17 seasons, I think it is the same, 16, 17 seasons. So if we can be that team who gets promoted and stays up, then I think we can call that a job done. And I think we all know, we've watched enough of my Football Manager series is now that we know if we get up and stay up, it's really just a matter of time from that point. We're definitely, if we have the time, going to win the Premier League. It's just we're not going to have the time to do it. So, yeah, we'll be fine. That'll be fine, I think. We'll get promoted. We'll do a season of survival. Obviously, if we don't get promoted by FM22, we'll have to chalk it up as the first ever failure. Never failed in a series before. But we'll call it a failure if we don't get to the Premier League by FM22, which, based on how this match is going, is looking likely. Phoenix now 3-1 up. Not what we had in mind. But hopefully it won't come to that. I think we'll go up next year. I think that's the normal pattern. I think we'll end up finishing mid-table this year. Any hope of the playoffs, like I say, is disappearing as this result continues to go against us. But I think we'll go up next year, and I think we'll stay up the year after, and that'll take us to probably like mid-October. Early to mid-October, by which point, if previous years are anything to go by, I know we've had, at the time of recording, no kind of FM22 announcements yet, so we know nothing, and we never really know anything about dates for the beta and stuff like that, but I think based on past experiences, we're probably all expecting the FM22 beta within the next 6 weeks, I reckon. We're early September now. The game usually, I expect the game will probably come out early November, as it usually does. The beta's usually a couple of weeks before that. So we're looking at 5 or 6 weeks. I think that probably works, doesn't it? Right, we're not playing very well. Let's go and try and win this football match. Let's try and get the job done a little sooner. That'd be nice if we could get the job done a little sooner. Please and thank you. Right, Pearson plays it back to Pardo. Pardo across to Davies, and there you go. It is an immediate equaliser. As we start this second half, it's back to 3-3. Maybe the hope is alive still for this season. Wouldn't that be a thing after I've just done the speech talking about how we're definitely not going to get promoted? We might actually be able to turn this around. I'm choking on my own excitement. Goodness me. Davies with another very solid finish. Pardo with 2 assists today as well. We identified them before as the 2 players who are getting this job done for us, and they're continuing to play very, very well. Robinson with the header that goes just wide. Remember, we need to keep an eye on Robinson. He is playing well. He has scored, but he's also not fully fit. So I think the plan still has to be to take him off at this point, bring Richards on that right-hand side, just basically trying to ease them both towards match fitness. They're both very, very good players who can have a big impact on a potential playoff push, but they ain't going to be having much of an impact if they're both injured or both unfit. So we need to try and solve that problem. Rosales now is going to be disappointed that he's conceded 3 goals today. It's not a typical occurrence for him. Usually a very solid goalkeeper. He's had quite a poor game today, but fingers crossed, if he is called upon to do so, he will start pulling some saves out for the rest of this game and give our attackers the opportunity to go on and win the game for us, because a draw is not going to be enough. A draw, I think I said before, he's not making the saves. Anything other than a win, we're not going up. I'm certain that that's the case. Rosales, I'm really disappointed with today. I mean, I know none of these he should have saved them situations, but just from what I'm used to with him, I feel like he usually saves some. Phoenix have had 4 shots on target and scored 4 times. That is not what we're used to from Rosales. Right. Allen is playing poorly. Lindley can come on for him. Pearson's playing poorly. We'll bring Torres on again, who had that impact in the last episode. We've not used him very much since. I think we're probably going to be moving Torres on in the summer because we're paying him a lot of money and I just can't really fit him into the starting 11. He is useful coming off the bench, but I think we need more than that. I think we need to downgrade Pearson to the useful off the bench category and try and bring in somebody better over the top who'll fire us to those playoffs. We want a 50 goal in 36 game striker. Now we know they exist. I'd like one of those, please. Right, Mitchell to Lindley. Rochester now playing it forward to Davies. Davies to Richards. I really want to see Richards do something. We're investing quite a lot of money in him in wages. Oh, Torres, I think he's offside. He is a good finisher. I'll certainly give him that, but he has wandered into an offside position there, and that is probably going to prove pretty costly for us as it continues to be 3-4, a 4-3 lead to Phoenix with 7 minutes to go. I just don't think we're leaving ourselves enough time to score the 2 goals we need for this game to be what we need from this game. Richards, though, wins it back, gives it to Lindley. Lindley finds Torres, and Rochester. I can't blame Rochester. It's a really poor pass from Torres. Rochester couldn't turn quickly enough to get to it, and he's tried to get us out of trouble, and he's got himself sent off doing it. He's lunged him. It's a red card for Rochester. It goes from bad to worse because he's one of our better players, and we've now lost him for the next several matches, I imagine, because that was a violent red card. It wasn't just it's not just a second yellow card, is it? He's gone in 2-footed, thigh high. He's going to be missing for the next 2 or 3 games at least. We've lost the match. We're 8 points behind the playoffs. And I think that's probably our season over. We'll show the next match anyway, just in case something remarkable happens and we win and everything else turns around. But assuming we're still 8 points behind at the end of the next match, I think we'll probably call the season there and not bother showing you the last couple of matches because you don't need to see us finish in mid-table. We'll just all pretend it didn't happen. We always finish in the top 5. We ain't finishing in the top 5 this year, boys and girls. Right, we're away against Miami. Cross everything that not only do we win, but other results go our way too. Just the one change then for the Miami game. Korotowski comes in for the now suspended Rochester as we look to, I guess, save the season. I'm not very hopeful. I'll level with you. Not very hopeful at all. But you never know. Who are Kansas City playing? Who are now 8 points ahead of us. Kansas City away against Memphis. I'm not sure where Memphis are in the league. We'll have a look for them in a second. And, you never know. If we get this back to 5 points by the end of the episode, then maybe there's a chance. But like I say, I feel like we've just had our big opportunity and blown it a little bit, which, to be fair, for a team that I think we were probably supposed to get relegated, we all probably kind of expected mid-table this year. For us to even still be in the conversation at this point shows we've done very well again. But I think getting into the playoffs this year is probably just a step too far. Memphis are 18th. So you would expect Kansas City to win that game. And then regardless of what happens here, that gap is just too big with the time that we've got left. They're even starting to pull a little gap away ahead of the entire chasing pack. That top 6 starting to look pretty settled. So it seems unlikely that anyone's going to be breaking into it at the moment, really. Pearson's in here from a lovely pass from Korotowski, though. He's got a lot to do. He's no one up there supporting him. And unfortunately, not able to keep his shot down. The linesman had his flag up. I'd wonder if he was maybe offside anyway. I don't see how he possibly could have been offside. But linesmen are strange creatures at times. Korotowski now with the corner. It evades all Bourne heads. And now Miami have got the chance for a counter-attack. It's 2-on-2, but Nix has done very well there to get the tackle in. And as you would expect, the tackle came in, but obviously Miami come away with the ball. Because it's FM21, Akers he's given a penalty. Well, the ref's going over to his little telly. I don't see how this can possibly be a penalty. He's come away with the ball. He's never gone off his feet. He's basically taken the ball and then dribbled out of the area with it. Yes, their guy's fallen over. There we go. No penalty. Phew. Because that would have been ridiculous. There's not a chance that could have ever been a penalty. I've got one really grey-looking grey hair on my beard. I know. I'm going to get the wise guys down in the comments now saying, one grey hair, Kev. All right. I had one really noticeable one when I just glanced at the monitor. I know there's more. The ref's going over to the little telly again. What could he possibly be going to talk about now? We've put the ball in the back of the net. Is he disallowing it? What's he disallowing it for? Goal review in process. He's disallowing it. They always disallow it in this situation. And I don't know what it's being disallowed for. Goal disallowed. I mean, Robinson nudges one of their players. Their centre forward, Murillo, something or other. So I guess he was back defending and Robinson's giving him a little shove. But you know what? We need the goal more than they needed not to concede it. So I'm a little bit offended. That little telly, burn it. Rubbish. Nix plays Pearson in, and once again, he's not quite able to be the goal threat that he once was. It's really tamely side-footed into the hands of the goalkeeper, and we've got to be doing better than that. And that is a disappointment. Robinson now on the right, charging forward. He's done very well here, but the tackle comes in. I think it's actually gone behind for a goal kick in the end, despite the good work from Robinson, thus making it all the more disappointing. Talking of all the more disappointing, we're 2 minutes into 1 minute of added time here. Miami with the corner. Luckily, we do manage to scramble it clear, but we're not looking like we're trying to force our way back into those playoffs at the moment, are we? Miami, similar to what we've just seen with Phoenix, one place above us in the league. These were always going to be key games on this episode, but they've not really gone our way, have they? Rosales collects nicely there and looking to get a counter-attack up and running, but doesn't get anywhere with it. And, oh dear, that's poor defending right there. Who's that? I think that's Corby, who I could argue probably should just be letting that in behind him. If that's all he's going to do, if all he's going to do is nudge it on into the path of the striker, just let it run because he's taking any pace out of it. If he lets that ride through, and I know it's difficult to say after the fact, Mitchell could potentially have covered that. But as soon as he's nudged it into that little pocket of space where there's no potential defenders, it just takes our entire defence out of the play. And yeah, half an hour to go. Hartford are having a lovely time. They're 5-0 up over La Galaxy. Where are Hartford are down in 14th. LA Galaxy in free fall. They're going to finish below us if they're not careful. And we're like the kings of free fall at the moment. This will be 3 defeats in our last 4 games. Allen with the shot from the edge of the area. It's blocked. Akers with the cross now and just evades everybody again. Certainly that little run that we had where we won all those consecutive games, I did start believing again for a minute. That's why I'm showing you this episode. I remember saying in the last episode, if it looks like we've got no chance, I'll just go straight through to the last day of the season. I won't come back and show you something along the way. That's why I'm not going to show you the last day, because there's no point. We're obviously finishing mid-table now. I did believe for a little while. Oh, what a goal from Davies. See, every time I finalise my doubt, they come in and do something that just makes me think, ooh, what if? Because now I've got all sorts of what ifs going on in my head. What if we score another goal? What if we are still in with a chance? I mean, I'm not going to refuse to show you the last couple of matches if we can still get into the playoffs at that point. I think we can probably assume we won't be in that situation. And the next episode you see will be a transfer special. It won't be tomorrow because I'm recording this Friday afternoon. I'm out all day Saturday. We don't have home to fall back on. So there's not going to be a transfer special coming out tomorrow. So if you get a video come out tomorrow, it's going to be the last couple of games of the season if we're in with a chance of the playoffs. Otherwise, it'll be a day off of content tomorrow. Monday, I've got a new series. In fact, 2 new series starting. One here on YouTube to replace home. And there's going to be one starting on Twitch as well. So 4 p.m. new series starting on YouTube. 7 p.m. new FM series starting on Twitch. And then we'll be back with the transfer special in this series on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. But I urge you to come and get involved in these new series. They are both both designed with the idea being that they'll take a month, 6 weeks to complete the goal that we're going to set in them. Little mini series to end the game, one on YouTube, one on Twitch. Just roll us through until FM22. Did I mention before, I've got bills to pay. I can't just go down to one video 5 or 6 times a week on this channel. I tell you what, Torres, he is keeping the dream alive. It's now Miami 1, Bourne 2. I'm here writing the obituary on our season, and you might be getting a video tomorrow after all. This is lovely work from Pardo again, who really is he's going to be a player for us next year. Pardo, only 21 years old, has bags of potential and is really starting to fulfill it. I mean, this still only puts us 7 points behind Las Vegas, who've now dropped down below Kansas City. So Kansas City is storming. Las Vegas starting to struggle a little bit as well, potentially. And that's what we need. We need Las Vegas to go into an LA Galaxy style freefall to give us any chance at all. You'll know if there's an episode out tomorrow, you'll know we gave ourselves a chance some way, somehow. This is what the league table looks like. 6 games to go. We're 7 points behind Las Vegas. They've got a better goal difference as well. We've got Phoenix and LA Galaxy between us and them. LA Galaxy are done. They're falling down the league. Phoenix have just beaten us though, so they're major competition. We need Las Vegas to collapse and us to do better over the next 6 games than Phoenix do. And maybe we have a chance. For me to show you the final 2 games of the season, we need to be within like 4 or 5 points with 2 games to go. And then we'll show you them, because there's always the opportunity for a backdoor Kev. Otherwise, like I say, straight into a transfer special, which will be on Tuesday. I think that's everything I needed to tell you. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos, apart possibly from tomorrow. And thank you very much for watching.